So, hello everyone. I hope everyone is good. I'm just testing some PC games on my PS4 Linux system. So, I see something like bottleneck issue. So, I'm just sharing the issue with everyone. So, let's start. Let me plug the game. I mean, the game assistant. That's for monitoring the issue. That's the AMD's GPU monitor, and that's the H top. Seeing the CPU stuffs like that, and let me minimize it, and that's the game. There you go. That's Tomb Raider 2013. That's the Linux port of the Tomb Raider game. I have one, so I'm just testing with this. So let me run the game. It's gonna take some time, I think. I don't know. Yep, it's boot. That's the game, and yeah, and I'm showing my system. Yep, so that's my Debian 13, and I'm using Linux kernel 6.15.4, the Linux kernel, and I'm uh, yep, and it have 4 GB of VRAM and 4 GB of system RAM, because its total have 8 GB DDR5 GDDR5 RAM, and so just splitting it half, 4 and 4, and that's my full system, as you can see. So let's start. Let me set up all things. That's the GPU monitor. It's now using around 1.60 GB of RAM. I can see the percentage like that. I can okay, so okay, let's start. Hold on, where is my controller? Let me connect the controller into my I'm using a Logitech controller for my game. So let me plug this. Damn, there is no way to plug my controller. I think I need to play with key. Okay, so the problem is, just hold where I am. What the hell? as you can see, it's taking around, it's taking around 2 GB and it's using only 30% GPU. If I load this zip file, let me see. Okay, so as you can see, that's too much, not too much lagging. It's utilizing 35% of GPU and it's taking around 1.8 GB, I mean 1.8 GB. If now the game is okay, it's still smooth, all things seems perfect. If I go, if I load the fast hold on. I need to see the memory also. Why it's loading the same file? Hold on, I think my bad. I load yep. Damn. Okay, let's load this one. Why it's loading this? I think that's a game issue. I think I need to run the game from I need to load the new game or continue. Okay, if I load this, damn.
Fascinating. Distinct styles.
Okay, let's take this. I'm not too sure what's wrong with the game. So right now it's not too lagging. It's lagging, but it's still playable. It's still playable, and it's utilizing. Oh man, I need to see. If I can. Okay, so it's still perfect. As you can see, it's not too much lagging. When it lags, the main problem is when the game is lagging, it's the GPU utilizing. Oh damn. Hold on. It's utilizing low VRAM. Like if the game runs 20 FPS, the GPU using only 15%, but need to go higher. I'm not too sure what's the problem, and the RAM is perfect, but if the game is alright, I mean the all things is perfect, so hold on if I can. Hold on. If the game is all things is perfect, running smooth, it's utilizing all perfect, I mean all things. As you can see, the cutscenes run and the GPU thing is normal, not too much. As you can see, that's too much smooth in there.
Are you sure you're not channeling the
There's no doubt Himiko had power. Some say it's shamanistic, elemental.
A woman wields that much power, and sooner or later it gets called witchcraft.
As you can see, it's too much smooth, so it's utilizing 40. I am taking 50% of GPU.
Not if we don't live to tell it.
Then I research, and the issue is CPU. The GPU bottlenecking my CPU. I mean the CPU bottlenecking my GPU.
The candle.
As you can see, the cutscene is really smooth and it's utilizing full GPU power.
It's like finding Atlantis.
The uses 70% like that. I think for this depth of field effect.
How do you find them?
Get back.
You still have a gun.
I don't want any trouble. We'll come. But I insist that afterwards
Or
you
let me
take us to...
skip.
Who are you people? What's going with that?
Laura! You're not doing any trouble.
Okay.
Don't make a sound.
Yeah, I'm on it. Anything? Keep looking. There! Another one!
Why it's taking 18% GPU? As you can see, the lagging is start. As you can see, and the GPU taking only 16%, but it need to utilize more and more. I don't know what's the issue. I think that's the bottleneck issue. CPU bottlenecking the GPU. If you know about the PS4, the PS4 CPU is really slow. It's only 2 gigahertz processor, the CPU, and the GPU is really powerful more than the CPU. I think that's the issue, and some compatibility issue, because PS4 run games, but I'm using as a PC. So okay, let's play the game. As you can see, when the lagging is not
We got it!
that, okay, let's even the CPU codes is really weak in the way I am using the PS4 Pro, not the base fat model. As you can see, when the lagging is not too much, it's using pretty much okay, but when the lagging start, as you can see, it using only 20%, 70% GPU. It decreasing, but it need to be increased because it using, but it need to increase on the GPU utilize. And as you can see, when the game is not lagging, it's using 34%, 37%, around 40%. When it's lagging, it's decrease. Why not increase? And I'm not too sure how to fix that bottleneck issue.
What do you see?
As you can see, when it's lagging start, it using 16% of GPU. Why? And how to fix the bottleneck issue, I am not really sure. As you can see, the cutscene is really smooth and the GPU using, I think, pretty much okay.
No one escapes.
Even the Tomb Raider is running OpenGL, that's the full CPU. Oh shit, even the Tomb Raider use OpenGL, that's a very CPU intensive game. I mean the OpenGL, not Vulkan. If the Vulkan, I need a Vulkan type of game. If anyone recommend me damn. And CPU code utilizing too much. Oh shit. As you can see, it is utilizing too much CPU code. The CPU is very weak and the GPU is too much high performance in GPU. By the way, I am using Mesa 26. This is the development Mesa driver. That's why I use controller for playing games. Again. I cannot even connect my controller in there. In PS4 Pro there is very limited ports. Even I am using a port hub, USB hub for my connecting keyboard, camera, mic, and sound box. Okay. If the Vulcan is, if the game is Vulcan, I think I need a very good game the for testing the issue. I'm not sure about that, but the Tomb Raider using full OpenGL, as you can see, it's fully utilizing CPU more than GPU. As you can see, it's lagging and it's using only 18% of GPU. I'm just observing the issue of the game and I'm gonna fix that issue. Also some compatible issue, like I'm using the development Mesa driver, so that's issue. I'm also trying to simulating real-time ray tracing on the PS4, but the GPU RT is not really working. I tried the CPU, it's working, but you know the CPU is really weak in PS4. Okay, that's as you can see, it's in there, it's utilizing 40% of GPU, and in the laggy, where is the lag? Okay. Oh, in there, and okay, it's still good because I'm getting around 30 plus FPS. Let me check the benchmark. Okay, start benchmarking. It using 90% of GPU, also using full potential of the CPU. As you can see, the core, 8 cores. I think it also doing some lagging, or because of the I'm recording video, also playing games. That's why. Last time I checked the benchmark of the game and I'm getting around 40 FPS, I think. Yeah, as you can see. Max FPS 44, average FPS 32, and some FPS 17. And let me run the RT real-time ray tracing. Okay. I'm also just testing some real-time RT on CPU. Okay. I think that's I'm just testing some GPU in RT. I think, yeah, as you can see, that's the cloth physics. I'm getting around 20 FPS, but because of the recording, if I turn off, I'm getting too much high FPS. As you can see, it's kinda lagging. I also have the ray tracing simulation. Okay. Compute cloth and ray tracing reflections. Okay, let's run this one. I'm getting around 1 and 2 FPS, 1 FPS I think. Okay, yeah, ray tracing reflection, only 1 FPS as you can see. It, by the way, it's all things on CPU, no GPU use. If I show this, I'm running the, as you can see, all things at high and using 0% of GPU. 0% of GPU. Okay. There is some lot of testing stuffs for this, but if I go to info system, as you can see, the system is the kernel stuffs, and that's the machine. Sony Interactive CPU, 8 core CPU. Oh, hold on, if I can share the CPUX. That's the full specification of my PS4 CPU by AMD, and some model number starts 8 core 8 threads, and that's the cache, that's the motherboard, Sony Interactive, no manufacturer, nothing, and that's the operating system, Debian 13, and some memory stuffs, graphics, I mean the GPU. As you can see, Vulkan RT disable, OpenGL, and As you can see, it's running Mesa 26.00, and there is some in there. That's the full graphic stuffs. um and also I'm not too sure. My monitor is 100 hertz, 100 hertz refresh rate, but I'm getting only 60 hertz refresh rate. That's a 1080p monitor, but I'm getting 60 hertz refresh rate. I cannot even upgrade it. If I somehow force upgrade using some commands, xrender, if you know about Linux, it's working. I somehow make it 100 hertz, but the screen is fully glitch, so I need to just reboot and it's fixed. So by the way, that's really high end performance. Even I record all Minecraft on my PS4. If I run the Minecraft launcher, by the way, it's fully crack legacy launcher. I also play some Steam games. If I run one of these, let me run this Steam. I'm using terminal because to check the logs. Okay, what it's downloading? 100 no. Okay, that's game I play on my PS4. Let me run. Okay, I play it Legacy OpenGL. Processing Vulkan shader. I'm skipping this. Yep. As you can see, the RAM is only 4 GB and only 4 GB, but I can use it like, as you can see, it's 3.8 GB it's saying, and the GPU VRAM is 4 GB and CPU is 66%, and right now 30 FPS. That's very standard FPS. I mean the playable FPS. The standard FPS is also 60. Hope. Okay, it's taking some time to load. So I'm pausing the recording. When it runs, I'm showing you. Oh, I think it's okay, it's running. And now in the, let's go to training session. Okay, let's start. the issue is it have only that's too much low in 2020. 4 GB of VRAM, um, also too low in 2025, at least 8 GB. Even my all stuff is also 8 GB of RAM. Um, and so after some waiting it's load, and as you can see I'm getting around 130 FPS. CPU utilizing 70, and GPU is fully turned on. GPU 5 GPUs 0%, and it using 2.2%, and the RAM also using 2.3%. But by the way, it's too smooth. If I share the settings, video, advanced, yeah, as you can see that's fully okay. Model high, settings, texture high, all things is max. Okay, so I not really play this game, but I use it for my that's really smooth, as you can see. If I go a server, okay, not this video, the video is getting too much long, so bye, have a great day.